The driving seat, and by the sound of it behind us, the teams are coming out. Here come the Scots. Those of you watching in Scotland, your commentators, Joe Jordan alongside Jock Brown, and for the rest of us, Terry Yorath, Ian St John and Brian Moore.
Thank you, Jim. Well, I can see that you're looking around, Ian, to see whether there are any substitutions and so on, but what is the answer there?
No, Jock hasn't made any substitutions at the moment.
Well, they've got a substitute goalkeeper. Alan Ruff is in goal for Jim Leighton.
Well, that is interesting. Possibly Leighton had some sort of injury. Maybe in that save he made at the end when the ball came off his legs and he had to go down at Walsh's feet.
I don't know if it's significant, Brian, but Strachan's lining up here on the left-hand side. Now, whether they're going to play him as a wide left man now.
Just heard from the dressing room area that Jim Leighton has got a bang in the eye, is feeling groggy, and that is why he's not out for the second half. Alan Ruff then in goal for Scotland, and Wales leading by 1-0. No substitution in the goal at the other end. Here's Neville Southall. Gough versus Rush. Rush is not out of this one yet. Trying to get some support from Hughes. A free kick to Scotland.
Well, Gordon Strachan is lined up for Scotland on the left-hand side here, so possibly Jock's team thinks that maybe we should be attacking more down the left and let Strachan have a go at Joey Jones.
Nicholas gets it away to Hughes. Good play by him. Good ball by Nicholas now for Robbie James. And a corner for Wales. I have to say to you that they've kept the volume well turned up here in Ninian Park. I've got Ian St John and Terry Yorath no more than about 6 inches away from me, and I haven't heard a single word they've said all night. I hope you have. That's the sort of noise we've got, and the sort of fervour at Ninian Park as another corner goes in, and it'll be another one as Jones just failed to turn it on, and Gough it was who put it behind for another Welsh corner. Again with the corner, and again Gough just got above Joey Jones. Played wide there by Phillips, and a good ball too, and Thomas just kept it in, and his cross goes in, and Rush was up there with a whiplash header that didn't quite make the right connection. The whole shape of it was right, but Scotland in the end get a throw. Ball out of play. And a throw to Wales with Joey Jones. Shoving the back on Hughes by McLeish. A free kick to Wales. Joey Jones. Got away by McLeish to Sharp. Trying to get Speedy through the middle. Again, Thomas is in there, battling away. And what's happened? It's a throw to Scotland. In fact, it's a free kick to Scotland. Thomas just a little too energetic in his challenge on Speedy. Steve Nicol with the free kick for Scotland. for noise. I can't remember a night like it. Sharp couldn't get a header to it. It was Hughes back in defence who got it away, and Willie Miller now. Scotland in the meantime warming up Davy Cooper on the far side. And Maurice Johnston, it looks. Two front men. Now Rough. Plenty of World Cup experience from Alan Rough. Joey Jones getting that header. Now Hughes for Wales. And James couldn't keep it in. Alan Rough. Andy Gray warming up as well. Well, there's Cooper. Plays wide for Rangers. Jones thought about a pass back, but felt that might have been a bit dangerous. Decided to play the safe way out. Andy Gray. I think it would be interesting from Scotland's point of view to see Gray and Sharp together again. Phillips away for Wales. Miller. Rush was at him again.
It's amazing how Ian Rush can make up 10 yards so quickly on a defender. Willie Miller thought he'd all the time in the world, and Rush was in there to block him.
Strachan, but straight to Nicholas. Robbie James. Willie Miller backpedaling. The header finding Aitken. Played through towards Nicol, but Jacket is across there with the saving challenge, but the bounce goes well for Nicol, but it was that little Welshman Mickey Thomas again in there. A throw to Scotland with Richard Gough. Scotland, remember, wanting at least a draw out of this game, but they're behind by a goal to nil, scored by Mark Hughes in the first half. 5 minutes of the second half gone. Again Thomas. What a hero's part he's played. Two Welshmen up for that one. That's looking like a foul, but yes, it's given. A foul by Phillips on Nicol. Strachan behind it. McLeish is going forward. It's Strachan who takes it. Jones has spotted McLeish and has gone across there to mark him. Good jump that time by Ratcliffe. Now Hughes. Challenged by Aitken. Thomas gets it away, but Miller will pick it up now for Scotland. Oh, he gave Strachan no chance there, and Rush tackled into the back of Strachan, and Rush is going to be booked. It certainly was a very, very tough challenge there by Rush on Strachan. So Rush and McLeish are the two people booked. As Willie Miller now. They're going to make a substitution, Scotland. Jock Stein, you just saw perhaps on the right of the picture, holding up the number 7. It will be Stevie Nicol. It's Stevie Nicol who goes off. Ian?
Well, Nicol's looking in some disbelief. It's obviously a big surprise to him to be taken off.
And Cooper coming on.
I think the sole purpose of that, Ian, is to get Strachan back on the right-hand side, so as Cooper can come over here on the left-hand side, and they'll look a bit more balanced then.
That's right, but you know, Stevie Nicol, I think, is such a good player. It surprises me that he's taken him off. I mean, Nicol's still on the field at the moment.
So a certain no, they've decided it's number 8 who's coming off. It's Gordon Strachan.
And I just see Mike England clapping his hands then when he saw the number 8 go up.
Really? Truly?
Yes, he was clapping his hands.
So he was fearing, obviously, two wingers, Strachan and Cooper. Instead of that, Nicol stays on, Cooper comes on, and Strachan goes off. A little pick by Rush for Hughes, and here come Wales again. Support from Robbie James, still with Hughes all the way. Cannon of him, oh my goodness! Of all people, Ian Rush. That was a glorious chance for Wales. A great run here by Hughes, and a really nasty deflection that took the ball into the path of Ian Rush. And just look at that.
Well, that was another let-off for Scotland there, wasn't it? It's not often you see Ian Rush missing a chance like that, but I think a deflection beat him.
Southall will get there first. Whoa! And Speedy told to calm down. He's a fiery little customer. I think he was suspended 4 times last season, David Speedy. He's been sent off once this season, playing for Chelsea, and Jock Stein made a point in picking him and saying, I've told him to cool it. Well, I think his enthusiasm got the better of him, but I think Neville Southall saw him coming. Now, Rush after this one. Gough is right there with him. Support from Kenny Jackett for Wales. A flick on to Hughes. Miller's out there to try and deal with that bit of trouble. And succeeds in doing so, partially at any rate. But Jackett plants it in once more, but I think that, yes, the ball was out of play. It'll be a Scottish throw. Well, there's little Gordon Strachan. I think you're a little surprised, aren't you, Terry, that Terry Orth, that he was taken off?
I'm surprised, yes, but at the same time, Mickey Thomas was giving him a very hard time. Mickey was tackling wherever he got the ball, and he wasn't the force in this game that I've seen him in other games.
Goal kick. In point of fact, Jock Stein very often doesn't seem to have a great deal of faith in Gordon Strachan. He doesn't pick him that often, and when he does, he very often seems to get substituted, Ian.
Well, that's right, but I don't think he played him in the right position for starters. I mean, he was playing, Nicholl was playing wide, and then Strachan was playing inside him. And I think the little fella's always happy when he's a wide player.
Wales looking for a second goal that would probably seal it, leading by 1-0, and here's Robbie James leading the charge for them once more. Bet will get it back to Alan Rough, on for Jim Leighton in this second half. Leighton, who had a bang on the eye and is feeling groggy. Jones gets it away. Talking in the first half about that tremendous game at Anfield in 1977 when Scotland beat Wales 2-0. Joey Jones and Mickey Thomas are Wales's sole survivors from that night. And again they get it away. Not very far. Aitken putting it in. Brandon Howe hustled to the extent that he had to put it into touch, but it flicked off a Scot, so it'll be a Welsh throw. Speedy, Sharp, Phillips. Miller. Thomas going in as though his life depended upon it, but Scotland got a good possession there. Vanden Howell getting it away, not very far. There's Cooper. Now can he tease something out of Wales here? He's gone past Robbie James. A little deflection there. There's going to be a corner. The Scottish banners come up behind that goal. There was the deflection that brought about the corner. Cooper with the corner for Scotland. And that's going to be a goal kick.
I must say, I think if we can get the ball out to David Cooper, he could do some damage down this left-hand side. He's a very skillful player. Sometimes he plays in games and he doesn't really impose himself on it too often, but when he does, he's a very, very good player.
For him to impose himself on the game now, they've got to give him the ball all the time until he's fed up with it.
James up well, winning it in the air above Malpass. Nicholas, who's had a fine game for Wales in the midfield. Oh, but Rush has given that away to Cooper. Joey Jones was in. And what is that, a throw or a free kick? It's a free kick to Scotland. Maurice Malpass with it. The lad from Dundee United. And an offside. A well-drilled Welsh defence there. Caught at least 3 of them offside. Very pensive-looking Welsh manager, Mike England. My goodness, what it would mean to him and his career if he could push Wales through to qualification in Mexico. Here's Robbie James. They're looking for that second goal. Willie Miller gets it back to Alan Roth. Free kick again to Scotland. Foul by Joey Jones on David Speedy. It's with Malpass. Phillips getting back and doing some good covering there. And it was, as a Scottish voice on my right said, a bad ball. And it was easy for David Phillips to put it away in a touch. Aitken with a long throw and a good one. Goal kick.
I think Wales have got to start getting hold of the ball now, Brian. They're giving it away too much and letting Scotland just creep their way back into this game. And it doesn't look good, especially corners and free kicks.
I just noticed Peter Nicholas clapping his hands and urging a greater effort from people around him. And I think a lot of credit to the Welsh midfield tonight, Terry. You'd know all about that. The likes of Nicholas and Phillips. Let's just see what happens here first. Hughes playing it back to Jones. It'll come through to Mark Hughes again off Jim Bett. Here's Nicholas, who's having such a good game, finding Rush. Played for Joey Jones. Nicholas again. A little clip one towards Mickey Thomas and behind. No, not for the corner. Nodded back comfortably for Alan Roth. Although Speedy might get after this one. Jackett's going with him. It left too much for Speedy to do, but the covering by Jackett was superb. What about the Welsh midfield?
The Welsh have always had a strong midfield and they've always played as a unit, and that's exactly what they're doing tonight. Peter Nicholas is having a great game for Wales. His passing is very good and his tackling's been great. The 2 other boys...
Speedy left too much to do there. Yes, go on, the other 2.
The 2 other boys, Mickey Thomas and Phillips, have done a great job in getting Strachan out of the game, so they've done their job.
No fewer than 4 Welsh substitutes warming up at the moment, whether that's as a G-up to the people on the field or whether just to keep the muscles nice and supple, I don't know. Rush. Brandon Howe. Joey Jones urging those famous old Welsh legs of his to the ball and get it into touch. It's going to be a tremendous test of nerve for everybody, not least for the Welsh defenders, with a quarter of an hour just over of the second half gone, and Wales still hanging to this 1-goal lead given them by Mark Hughes. Here's Cooper. This could be trouble for Wales. Oh my goodness, how did that fail to go in? Right across inside the 6-yard area, and it was a Welsh boot that put it back again. This is a better spell for Scotland. Willie Miller pumping it forward. Ratcliffe only getting it wide for Nicholl. A chance for him to turn it back towards Jim Bett. Joey Jones was up for Wales. Here's Cooper again, brought down. Play on, said the referees, playing an advantage. Malpass on the ball. Played wide to the far side, and now a goal kick. Ian St John.
Well, David Cooper's made a big difference to Scotland's attacks as they come on. The skill he showed there when he took Joey Jones on, and there he is there going along the byline. Terrific football. And that's really the likeliest we've looked to score a goal all night. So let's hope, keep our fingers crossed from the Scotland's point of view, that he can do it again. I'm glad you added that for Scotland's point of view.
I think Terry Yorth on the other side of me would be uncrossing them if you were crossing them. But here come Wales again. A throw to Wales. A defeat for Scotland almost certainly means they're out of the World Cup unless something astonishing happens in Seville later this month when Iceland go to play Spain. Hughes looked for a moment as though he was being pulled from around the back by Willie Miller. That's a dangerous game to play in the penalty area, and the referee was no more than 7 or 8 yards away. It's a throw for Wales. Dangerous game is that. A long throw by Phillips. Phillips again. Might come for Rush. What a struggle this is. Nicol. You get a feeling that the tide is beginning to turn a little bit for Scotland. They've put better moves together in the second half. As Ian was saying, Cooper on the field has caused more problems for Wales than they faced in the whole of the first half. Here's Ratcliffe. Got a quiet, steadying sort of game at the back for Wales tonight. There are a few Welsh fingernails that will be gnawed in the next 25 minutes. Hughes. Nice, delicate skills. He was dumped to the ground. But Nicholas tried to find James. And the ball in possession of Alan Ruff again. Mighty clearance to put the Welsh defence under pressure. Speedy lurking to see if he can cause a little more mischief. Nice little chip by him, but Joey Jones covering well for Wales then. Back for Speedy again. That was a nice touch by him to Nicol. The Scots looking so much more menacing now. But here's David Phillips. Ian Rush. And now Mickey Thomas. A long ball forward to Hughes. Well, the quality of the football leaves a certain amount to be desired, but the quality of the occasion is absolutely unbeatable at the moment. As Scotland come again and find Malpass. The cross comes in, and Sharp on the far side couldn't quite get a touch.
The right-hand side of the Welsh team at the moment is looking very tired. Robbie James and Joey Jones, since Cooper have come on, he's changed the game for Scotland, but they're looking tired.
Your hopes are rising in St John.
Well, every minute, yes. They are looking a little bit ragged now, the Welsh, and we have put some passes together, and we're looking a bit dangerous.
Remember, a draw is enough to enable Scotland at least to progress in the World Cup into a playoff with the winners of the Oceanic group. But at the moment, they're still this goal behind, and Hughes bundled off the ball there by Aitken. Quick clearance though by Ruff, finding Speedy. Joey Jones for Wales. What a battle now. Robbie James, the Welsh beginning to tire, and the Scots beginning to see a bit of hope. Joey Jones' header falling straight to Davy Cooper. And now for Jim Bett, who scored a priceless goal in Iceland earlier in the summer. That's a goal kick. Halfway through the second half. There was never going to be much in it, but it's as close and as gripping as we all thought it would be. Hughes. Brandon Howe being harassed by Speedy. Scotland's throw. certainly a Scottish equaliser looks very much on the cards, in spite of the fantastic support for the Welsh side from their crowd. Malpass with the throw, a bit of space for Cooper. Malpass again for Scotland. A long, long cross. Jackett's header being picked up here by Steve Nicol. He's gone past Thomas. There's another cross coming in. Came off the Welshman for another Scottish corner. 24 minutes of the second half gone. Wales 1-0, but being pushed back all the time by Scotland. McLeish has gone up for this one. And Richard Gough, the two 6-footers. Curling in. And again, there's little respite for the Welsh. It wasn't much of a contact from Hughes. And here's Speedy. Bet. Tried to get a corner, gets a throw. Off Vanden Hauwe. Joey Jones, manfully up again. Miller, collecting for Scotland. Turned inside by Bet. Cooper trying to get Bet on his way again. And Phillips turns it away into touch.
Wales are soaking up a bit of pressure here, but when they're clearing the ball, they're not finding a Welsh shirt, and if they could and sustain a little bit of play, then they take the pressure off themselves.
Wales, in fact, have hardly been out of their own half for the last 4 or 5 minutes. Robbie James gets it away. Rush trying to make contact there. A real juddering challenge there from Willie Miller. And here's Hughes for Wales. Aitken too strong. A free kick for Wales. Jones with the free kick. Taking his time. Giving his Welsh colleagues a chance of a moment or two's breather. Wales leading 1-0. Jones with the free kick, but hits and wasted as it goes straight through to Alan Rough. The snap for the moment has gone out of Wales. Cooper. A foul by Vanden Hauwe. Jumping into Graham Sharp, a free kick to Scotland. The pressure is on Mike England and his men, with 20 minutes remaining, and Wales leading 1-0. Speedy. Malpass. Well, Nichols trying to get in there, and Southall stops the ball from going over for the corner. As the little cross came in. McLeish jumping all over Hughes. The ball coming to Robbie James, given away, but it comes back again for Peter Nicholas. Rush trying to hold it up for a moment, but it was a funny old ball for him. Mark Hughes, will he find something here? No, it's a goal kick.
Well, you can never rest easy when Mark Hughes is around there, Brian. You know, and although we're getting a lot of the ball at the moment, every time he comes into our half of the field, the Scottish half of the field, you've got to start worrying about rushing Hughes.
And when you get, or Scotland get into the Welsh half, they've still got to beat this fella, Neville Southall. No finer goalkeeper in the First Division. Speedy just onside. Sharp up supporting him. Bet is coming up at a tremendous rate just behind him, and just too high for Sharp. Nicol, though, is on the far side. An opportunity to turn it back. Crossed in once more by him towards Graham Sharp, and just wide. They look more menacing by the minute now.
Well, that was a good ball by Stevie Nicol. Really into the heart of the Welsh defence. And the header just wide, but at least now we're getting good balls in, Brian. We're beginning to put effective balls into the box.
Jacket away. Rush on the chase. Goff is there with him. Hughes making the first move, and he just got a half a yard there on McLeish. But again, Wales can't put their moves together. That's a worrying aspect, Terry Orth.
That's been happening the whole of this second half. When we've had playing, we've had possession of the ball, we're giving it away straight away.
Had a sight of the Welsh substitutes there. Nicholas, he's got spirit enough and legs enough to keep him going. Here he is again. But again, he can't find his man, and here he is again. This time he has, he's found Phillips. And in turn, it comes to James. Now, Rush and Hughes are waiting in the middle. That's a good deep cross. No, it's not such a good one. You find your heart beating the faster by the minute, Ian.
Well, yes, what is it now? 15 minutes to go. We have 50 minutes to get a goal.
15 minutes for Scotland to keep their World Cup ambitions going. If they get beaten, they've got to look for a miracle from Iceland, but speed is on its way. No penalty. The referee didn't want to know. Speedy thought it was. The referee took one look and decided 100% against it. Let's look again. Ian St John.
Well, he certainly had the little edge on the defenders there. I would have thought it was a foul, Terry, possibly just outside the box.
If it was a foul, it was just outside, but Wales were very square there.
Actually, a little Speedy has picked up in the second half. He had a very quiet first half, but he's looking quite dangerous at the moment.
Speedy again. Well, can Robbie James get in there? He can. Oh, that was a bad challenge by Goff. And the referee's allowed it to go on. That's extraordinary. Well, if it was a foul on Speedy a moment ago, it was certainly a foul then on Mark Hughes. Now Phillips. Oh, bad ball for Wales. But Joey Jones is back there, will shepherd it back to Neville Southall. Or maybe it
Not
wasn't.
really. That was never a foul. Never a foul at all. I think Mark Hughes, we said in the first half, didn't we, that sometimes Mark goes in and falls around and, you know, makes things look worse than probably what they are.
Hughes for Wales. Nicholas played into that dangerous man Rush. And then Phillips with a shot that hits the roof of the stand. 13 minutes are left, and Wales are still leading by a goal to nil. One of their few attacks in the second half. Rush just laying it back there for Phillips. Way over the top.
That's the kind of goal that Phillips scored, you know, from way out. Powerful shot.
Off Vanden Howell, a Scottish throw. And you wonder if Wales can hold out. Cooper off Joey Jones and a corner. Cooper with a corner. Aitken has come up into the box. McLeish is up there too. Hit in low. And Jacket just got there first. He's bought a second or two of time, but not much more because it's back with Cooper. Not a very good cross. But they might get another chance. It's with Malpass. It's a throw, I think.
Every time the Cooper gets the ball.
There, sorry, Terry, Jock Steen there. Agonising moments for him. The manager and Alec Ferguson on the right of the picture there must want to kick every ball and certainly keep looking at the watch. Yes, about, well, 12 minutes to go. Cooper with another corner then for Scotland. The Scots want to draw, but Southall saves.
I was saying every time that Cooper gets the ball, I'm frightened. I'm frightened for Wales.
Well, that was quite a formality for Neville Southall.
Well, Scotland have tried a short corner kick to the near post throughout the game, and have never once got the touch on they were looking for to nod it back to the far post.
Jacket gets it away. Rush is up there. But I think McLeish will get there first, decides against the pass back, is hustled into a half error there by Rush. Nicholas finding Hughes. Might come for Thomas, the little chip by him. Phillips is in there, Thomas is in there, and Rush had to save. Nicholas again, what a storming match. The flag up for offside, free kick to Scotland.
Well, I think Mickey Thomas has been the star man for Wales tonight. You know, I think he's done everything in midfield. He's really had a superb game, and that would have crowned it had he caught that one clean.
Jacket with a header. Hughes coming deep to help out. Can Scotland get this important equalising goal? Exactly 10 minutes left. Hey, look, the handball, and it's a penalty. A penalty to Scotland. Well, the Welsh bench distraught. But Southall has some work to do. The cross floated in. There's no doubt the ball struck the hand of David Phillips.
I think that's a harsh decision myself.
Well, he did handle a ball, Terry, but I'm sure it was accidental, but he did handle a ball. And
well, certainly the ball hit his hand.
Now, I wonder who would be in Davy Cooper's boots now. He scored! Scotland have equalised. They might have well have saved themselves with 9 minutes to go. Oh, and he got his hands to it, but couldn't stop it going in. What a finale now. When you think it was a disputed penalty back in '77 that got Wales out of the World Cup and Scotland forward. Robbie James is going off and Steve Lovell of Millwall comes on. And now Wales have been hit by another penalty. But can they save it? Lovell is in there trying to get in on the action. Rush finds Thomas. Played it for Rush! Oh, and he delayed his shot for a moment. And that was enough. But suddenly Rush was right in there. Lovell again with a header. A fresh pair of legs and a fresh pair of lungs. Can he save it yet for Wales? No, it's a free kick for Scotland. A reprieve then for Scotland inside the last 10 minutes. And the flags and the banners from north of the border are flying. Just listen to it. Jacket hustled by Sharp. Now Nicol. The Scots looking for a win, but would be happy at the moment with the draw. A draw now could mean an exit for Wales, unless Iceland can do something miraculous against Spain later this month. Mickey Thomas is coming off. And Clayton Blackmore, a youngster from Manchester United, is on. Made his first appearance for Wales against Norway in the summer. A young man with an enormous job to do now for Wales. Jacket. Well, a miscue by Bet, but Wales, through Rush, couldn't get hold of it. And Scotland really have dominated this second half. Lovell chasing after this one, but McLeish is not going to let him get in with that one. And it'll be a throw to Wales. 6 minutes are left. Nicholas. Can Wales come back again? In for Peter Nicholas. If they could get it through Hughes or Rush, anything could still happen. Sharp coming back and doing a good tackling job for Scotland. Similarly, Joey Jones for Wales. And it's Hughes who picks his way out of that one. Mark Hughes for Wales. Can he find a way through? He can't. Speedy. Goff. Played in again towards Aitken. And down goes Southall. A quick clearance. Time is precious for Wales now. A little over 5 minutes left. 1-1 the score. Lovell, chased by McLeish, a throw to Wales. Kevin Ratcliffe. Nice little ball there for Hughes. And a shot off target, a goal kick for Scotland. Well, how should Scotland play it now, Ian?
Kick the ball in the crowd and let them keep a hold of it. I mean, it's going to be a hectic last 5 minutes. I mean, it's all end-to-end stuff now. All the nerves will be jangling. But I think we have got to try and keep a hold of the ball if we can in this pressure atmosphere. Try and keep a hold of it and get it down into the corners, if you like. You know, keep it down in the corner of the Welsh area. Mind you, that's easier said than done.
But in this atmosphere, anything's possible. It's Jock Stein. Tough old moments these for Jock. A little flick on, but Ratcliffe will get it back to Neville Southall, who is so aware that time is such a precious commodity now for Wales. He's got to get it forward. Nicholas to Rush, to Hughes. And now for Phillips. Crossed in again towards Rush. Tremendous bit of work there. And a free kick for the challenge by Rush. Malpass did well. Well, the dynamic duo of Hughes and Rush, you dare not take your eyes off them for a single solitary second. And Wales have about 4 minutes left. 1-1. Here's Cooper. Sharp is waiting in the middle. And on the far side is Nicholl, kicked off the line by Vanden Hauwe. Lovell playing it forward, but there are no red shirts there.
Again, it was David Cooper who caused all the damage there. A great ball to Speedy and off the line there. But, you know, Scotland, I think, even could score another goal even in this 9 seconds.
Speedy has had such an improved second half, David Speedy. Here he is again. Wide towards Nicholl. Oh, backhanded by Ratcliffe, and Speedy is in! And Southall saves it twice. Mistake by Ratcliffe.
Well, we should have scored. That was a terrific chance, and the ball just ran away from David Speedy there. But because the Welsh are committed, you know, Scotland are breaking and getting in there now.
A long throw. Speedy in there, the fist of Southall. Lovell gets it away. Goff plays it back. Sharp is in there, the little header. Joey Jones. Now, a great belt forward as we come to the last minute. Can Wales yet retrieve it? They're going through the middle, and they found Mark Hughes. A little chip in towards Rush, and Gough got it away for the corner. What drama now? Wales who need a goal, and Scotland who must deny them it. And we have a matter of seconds left in this pulsating World Cup qualifier in Cardiff. Phillips with the corner. Nobody there to flick it on for Wales. Nicholas trying to retrieve it. A missed kick there by Bett. Will that go for another corner? No, it won't, but it's a throw for Wales. Nicholas wants to get a long throw in, but he's leaving it now to David Phillips. The last gasp chance for Wales. Joey Jones is right in there. Nicholas too, another, oh, that looked like a corner, but he's given a goal kick.
Is he playing overtime, this referee, by the way, Brian?
Yes, just now. We're in time added on.
I thought so.
It's a draw that should be enough to allow Scotland to progress. 1 point, unless Iceland can win in Spain or draw in Spain, will not be enough for Wales. Wales still have that slightly better goal difference than Spain, but it means that Iceland would need to go there and draw. It's so complicated, but it's such a relief for Scotland to have got that penalty right at the end. It's Gough with it. They've played time, added on for injuries. It's flicked in, and the final whistle, and Scotland have got the draw they wanted with the penalty by Cooper after Hughes had scored that early goal for Wales. No wonder the Scottish banners and flags are flying. But what an amazing night of dramatic football.